Welcome back, everyone, to GTU. As parents, we want to protect our kids from any kind of harm the best we can.
And one thing we can do is look into cancer prevention through vaccination. Joining us now in this sponsored interview is family practice doctor, Dr. David Cope. Thank you for being on the show. We are talking about HPV today and the HPV vaccine. Let's go back. What is HPV?
HPV is just an acronym or an abbreviation for the human papillomavirus. It comprises 150 or so different strains of the virus. The vaccine is just a 2-dose shot if you get it before age 15 to prevent against the cancer-causing strains of that virus. So there's 6 different kinds of cancer that virus can cause, and the vaccine is designed to protect against those. So very effective at protecting against those.
You're a family doctor, so you see all types of issues and conditions and cancers themselves. And what types of cancers are we talking about? Because we do hear about it.
Well, we've thought for years primarily about cervical cancer, but actually because of the vaccine, the rate of cervical cancer has gone down, and now we see more throat, tongue, tonsil cancer because of this virus. So cancerutah.org lists all the cancers and all the details about it. But those are primarily the ones: throat, tongue, esophageal cancer, and then cervical cancer.
We were just talking about when this vaccine rolled out, because it has been a couple years now. What year for boys, what year for girls?
2005 and 2009.
And who should get it? Both the boys and the girls?
Boys and girls for sure. And we found that out quickly, that if you vaccinate just half of the population, that you don't get the coverage, you don't get the protection that you need. And so you need to protect all boys and girls from age 9 on.
And we've both had our children. In fact, I have to get Eleanor in, but my boy, he's 12 and he is completely vaccinated. What is the process? Because it's for kids, it's 2 shots?
That's correct, 6 months apart, from age 9 until 15. If you get your first shot before 15, then you only get another one. If you get it after 15, and that's why we vaccinate when they're younger, because they have a more robust immune system and they can mount a better response and get better protection. And also, obviously, before they're introduced to any of those viruses. And so if you get it when you're younger, before age 15, there's 2 shots 6 months apart.
But if you're adult, you have to have 3.
Correct.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't realize that. Okay, and doctor, it is younger. I remember when my girls got the shot, was it around 11, 12?
That's right. It was entry to... It was designed that way, sort of. The thought was that it'd make it easier with giving the tetanus shot and the meningitis shots before 7th grade, that it'd be easier just to group them all together. But we found that it was actually better to give it a little earlier than that. It's always been approved down to age 9, but now we encourage it at age 9.
And when you think about it, how many cancers could be prevented if more people were to get this HPV vaccine? At this point, we don't know how long and the effectiveness of it, but it's looking really good.
That's exactly right. We don't know how long. The initial studies, the relationship between HPV and those cancers was found in the 1980s and the 1990s. These 2 scientists developed the vaccine and they got it ready to be approved in 2005. So we've had nearly 30 years now of data, and it's looking really good. There's that 3 weeks ago, a study in Scotland that showed the 40,000 women who got it when they were 12 years old had 0 cancers.
So 30 years?
30 years, yeah.
30 years.
That's exciting news.
Okay, is it safe? I think that's probably what most parents ask you. Is it safe? I mean, we've heard that it's effective, and are there side effects?
Very safe, very effective. Short-term side effects, there haven't ever been found to be long-term side effects, and those short-term sore arm, red arm, kind of like all vaccines can do. We really want that. We want the body to develop an immune response and to attack that protein there, so when it's confronted with a virus at some point, it'll block that virus and not let it get into the body.
And doctor, the elephant in the room is, are we giving permission for our kids to be sexually active? But there's a much more important moral to the story of getting your vaccine and your kids vaccinated.
Exactly. That's one reason we encourage at age 9. So it takes that out of the question, out of the equation. So you just get them vaccinated with the other vaccines, and certainly at that age or even later, it doesn't give permission. There's other things that happen with sexual activity, and it protects against a lot of things. We think of it as preventing cancer. If there's, as parents, we want to do what's right for our kids. We want to put on bicycle helmets and put on their safety belts, and if we can protect them from cancer later in life, Absolutely.
All right, everyone, if you'd like to know more, please talk to your doctor or visit cancer.utah.gov/HPV. And our thanks to the Department of Health and Human Services for sponsoring this interview. Doctor, we appreciate you being on the show.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right, coming